Welcome back to the Womcast, episode 10, which is like actually insane because that means we've done 10 weeks of podcasts, dude, because we post like one a week. We missed last week, I'm not going to lie to you, but we did 10 weeks, okay? Look, it's kind of crazy. We accomplished hitting 10 episode mark, and hopefully we have so much more ahead. But dude, even just this is crazy, man. And Justice and I were talking about it, and just like, going from the point of like having to schedule with guests, record, edit, do the whole thing. It was just, it's a lot to actually do. A little bit more maybe than what we thought, but I'm really enjoying it, having these like kind of like off-stream conversations with people and just kind of getting a deep dive in like how they create or why they create, whether that is going to end up being like mainly role play stuff or other people as well. I'm just excited to do it, man. It allows me to meet some people, you know what I'm saying? And just talk with people and stuff like that. And it's just been, it's been a blast, dude. So if you guys have like a favorite episode or favorite like moment from the podcast, dude, put that in the comments down below. It would encourage Injustice and I to hear that a little bit. That you guys, remember some stuff from the podcast, or there was some cool stuff that you saw, or maybe it was a conversation or whatever. As well as, maybe liking, it's our 10th episode. You might as well just like it. You know what I'm saying? Our guest today is BakedFreshXC, and you guys might recognize him by his mask, okay? He wears a mask on stream every single time he streams. It does not show his face. Like, he wears a ski mask, and he'll be wearing a ski mask in this episode here. I think you guys will really find it like an interesting conversation. We talked a lot about, different things with streaming, different things with GTA Roleplay. And just kind of like, you get to see a little bit behind the curtain of, just two content creators having a conversation, man. I met Baked actually in Las Vegas for TwitchCon this last year in real life, and I got to see his face and everything like that. It was pretty awesome. In fact, I almost actually like showed his face on an IRL stream. I did show his face on an IRL stream, and it was like from far away, like. We deleted all clips and everything like that, so it doesn't exist anymore, I don't think. Hopefully. I don't know. Everything kind of exists on the internet still, but yeah. But I accidentally did it, and I feel horrible about it, but I'm so glad he forgave me so we could have a great conversation like this, that we're going to have today that you guys will see. But it was kind of cool, man, because like when I met a lot of these guys at TwitchCon, it was kind of like my first time meeting a lot of other streamers that like are consistently like content creating and that kind of stuff. And getting to meet them, and we knew each other from like the streams and stuff. And I don't know, it was just a really kind of cool memory to have, And so it makes me excited for this next TwitchCon coming up. But so this was the first time that we've talked since we kind of talked in Vegas. And since he's like kind of moved servers, he's playing on like Nopixel 4.0 now, which is a huge server if you guys don't know. And man, I was just really glad to catch up with him. And all that kind of stuff, dude. So I'm excited for you guys to listen. I appreciate you guys being here. Big shout out for our sponsor for today's podcast, Focus Fuel, which is delicious energy gummies that you guys can get if you go to the link down below. We've talked about them a little bit on stream if you guys saw the sponsor stream we did with them. But they're also sponsoring this podcast today, dude. So big shout out to them for supporting the stream and all that kind of stuff. If you guys want to get 10% off these delicious like energy gummies, man, go to the link down below and use my code and all that kind of stuff. Okay? Alrighty? And without further ado, let's head into the podcast, man. Episode 10. Here we go. All right, I'm here with Baked Fresh, the one, the only, the masked man. Welcome to the podcast, Baked Fresh. How you doing, bro?
Doing fantastic. How you doing, Mr. Wombat?
I'm good, man. I'm actually so excited to talk with you, bro, because recently I feel like we just had an unplanned, unscripted collab that I think was really, really good, actually, where you did a freestyle. Did you see me drumming over it as well?
I did. I didn't know that you were alive still. I didn't know you were alive. So when you sent it, I was like, how is this happening right now?
Well, yeah, because I've been watching your stream like pretty much every morning as I'm like getting ready for like mine.
Uh-huh.
And so I was just like saying on stream, I was like, you guys know what I've been watching lately? I've been watching Bake Fresh and this kind of stuff. I was like, I just threw a shout out in there so they would know where to follow. And then
Mm.
that's what I think just kicked it all off. It was just a lot of
Dude,
fun, man.
it's funny whenever someone raids me, they'll like, especially when I haven't like we don't talk for a while, like RP wise. Whenever
Hmm.
someone like raids me or talks about me and they're like friends of mine for a while, they talk about me like I'm not wearing a freaking mask, being this person. So
Yeah.
when their viewers come over, they see me like doing this shit, and
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
like, What is going on here?" It's pretty
Yeah.
sick though.
I think, yeah, it's interesting because like, it's kind of funny because honestly, I feel like I didn't really know you that well, even when I first met you in real life, right? Like, I don't
No,
think
I don't
we've
think
really
we.
like
No, we
RP'd
didn't.
well, or with each other, or like any of that kind
I
of
don't think
stuff.
we had much conversation at all. No.
Like that. I don't. It was interesting because for anybody who doesn't know, Baked and I actually met in the real life in Las Vegas, and we got
Those
to hang
good
out.
times,
Dude, it was a
dude.
lot of freaking
We
fun.
had more conversation IRL than I've ever talked to you in RP for sure.
Yeah,
For like for sure.
yeah. I think I was thinking about that yesterday because I was like, I don't even remember a scene where we had the opportunity to even like enter into like an RP scene together like ever. I
No.
don't even think I've yeah.
Well, how long were you on that server for? We were on there like the same amounts, right? Like I don't know how it didn't
I think
happen.
you guys were on rush hour like a lot longer at the start, at least. Like you guys were like there from
Oh,
like near beginning, right, or
so
something.
kinda. It was like, yeah, most of us watched it form and then kind of got into it because we all fluctuated. Me, Strafe, and all of us all came kind of together in a weird way. Strafe
Mm.
was first because Strafe and them were like fixing the server, whatever. There was drama in the one before that, and then yeah, that's where we all met up. But that makes sense because I feel like when you started coming around was kind of the drift of when some people were splitting off, some were still staying. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
think
kind of. It was like yeah, I think it was also you guys are like you and like Fupa and all you guys were like focused on like cop, and then I was like beginning criminal. So like
that makes so much sense though because I never did cop before that, and
yeah.
so Stuart as a crim, we probably would have kicked it more.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
for sure.
Yeah.
And I think and at the start of my like my criminal like journey on Rush Hour, I didn't like watch streams and like find all the spots and all that kind of stuff. So like
Yeah,
when
yeah,
I
yeah.
started, I literally had to like figure all the stuff out, and I didn't really watch much Nopixel, and so I didn't understand the hacks. I didn't even know where to find like the
Oh, that was
narco
your first
spot.
server, like RP?
It wasn't my first like server. It was like um, it was just like I hadn't really like it was the first server that used like a lot of no pixel stuff.
Oh, so,
That
like, first one that you had to, like, take serious or, like,
yeah,
I see what you're saying.
well no, but like literally like the scripts, you know what I mean? Like so
Oh, the script is yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
scripts for like hacks or like some of the banks or stuff like that. I just like hadn't seen any of them ever, and I feel like either people had seen them on a stream or like they had seen them like
Yeah.
someone like just pulled them right through like the whole process. And so for like 3 months I was just like selling weed trying to like figure
But, dude,
that
that's
out.
like, the coolest thing, though. I talk about that all the time about how GTA is one of those things where everybody knows what GTA is, but when you find RP, your mind is explodes because everyone knows the basic GTA lore. You take a
Yeah.
gun, you take cop cars, you run from cops, but then you see it in that form, and if you don't know what 5M is, you would think it's all scripted, like
Mhm.
scripted, you know what I mean? When I first saw I don't know about you, but I love this story. When I first started, I was in college. My friend Medjars, he sent me a clip of a streamer I watched RPing on, early NoPixel. This was like 6, 7 years ago and it was actually Soda Poppin'. Soda Poppin' was trying out
Yeah.
the
Okay.
server, and I get in, I click on Soda, I go in there, and I'm like, "This is just GTA." And in the scene, these gangs come up to Soda, get out of the car, and hold him up like, "Dude, were you talking shit on our block?" All
You're
this
like,
shit.
what
I'm
the
like, "Yo, these are not, fake people. These are, like, real people in the server," and I was
Yeah.
mind blown, bro, because to me, I still thought it was GTA. I thought these were friends that all got into, like, a GTA server together, like, online, and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
scripted this shit, but it
That's a
wasn't, it was
that's like a really funny Way to think it, because a lot of times on TikTok I'll get that question like while I'm live. It'll be like, "Is that guy an NPC?"
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it'll be like
yeah.
one of my friends like talking or something like that. They're like, "So is that guy an NPC or is he like what is this exactly?" You know. And so we
It's
live in
just
that world
cool.
so much. It's like we
It
understand it, but yeah,
it's dope because it's a thing where you can connect to it, knowing just GT Grand Theft Auto, you can just connect. Everyone knows that's a series,
yeah,
but then you something else happens where you're like, "Wait, there's more to this," you know? It's
yeah.
crazy. It is crazy.
Well, I wanna bring up the question that everyone's gonna be wondering. Okay, like the main question that people probably ask you, the absolute like
I
top
can
tier
do a
question.
backflip,
Okay,
yes. I can do a
the
back oh,
dude, you
okay.
took my joke. I was gonna
Oh,
say, what
sorry.
about Pikachu in the background, bro?
Oh, okay. The Pikachu? Bro, this what I'm telling you, bro, this stream is bipolar. No one knows what's gonna happen here. I literally will go from like rapping to some Tupac or something, then throw on
Yeah.
Natasha Bedingfield, and then I gotta cuss at a Pikachu. People don't know what's going on here, not even me. This is
Is,
such a
is is that
bipolar.
is that just you?
I
Like,
think
is
I
that just how
wish
you are, or is that kind of like is that like a is it like a an act? Is
I have
that
a Pokeball I've never shown right to my right of me. I have literally look at this. Hold on. Let me show you. Let me see if I can not leak too much. Look
I was
at
gonna say,
my
bro,
wall.
easy,
I
bro.
got I got a clown thing
Ooh,
and you know who that is?
yeah, Charlie Chaplin.
Charlie Chaplin, baby. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, my whole everything is I want to say it's scripted and fake, but it's it's real.
Well, I think there's no way to do that without it being just you. Like you can kind of see when people try to not do that. Have you ever seen like when somebody tries to be like forced,
Oh my god,
like
dude. I
I don't
bro,
know.
I
It's
saw I was going through it's crazy you said that. I was going through TikTok last night and you know how once in a while you get the For You lives?
yeah.
I'm going through and I see this dude and he's playing Fortnite. He's like, "Come on, come on, we're gonna go." And I'm like, "Wow, this sounds familiar." And then he starts saying shit exactly like XQC, and I'm like, "God damn it, dude!" Like, bro, I get it. I get it. Like, you're influenced by the people you love
Yeah.
and you watch, but bro, you gotta be yourself, dude. You
Hmm.
have to be because you're stuck behind that wall of, oh, you're trying to be this person, and then when you're yourself one day, what happens?
Yeah.
Everyone calls it out.
Do you
I
feel like
don't get it.
that was a process for you with streaming? Like, because like where you watch a lot of streamers maybe, and then you start to create. Like, what was your process at the start like for you?
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah. Like so that mask behind me, the one on the wall, the paper bag, it was
yeah,
actually my first mask ever put on my
that's
face.
so cool. I didn't know that.
And so when I started streaming, I had moved to LA for college. I found GTA and I was like, I'm just gonna dump my savings in my computer and I'll have a couple hundred left and figure it out. So I put 1,500 bucks into my PC, had 200 bucks left saved for my savings when I moved there. And so I was scared. There's actually a clip, my first clip ever and my first stream. It's so cool. My first stream was clipped of me finding my first server. And luckily
Wow.
my friend Medjars clipped that. And I didn't even know until like a year and a half ago that existed. And so yeah, so when I started streaming and stuff, I took influencers or influence from like other smaller people. But what's crazy is the mask thing is I used to go to famous people's discords, like famous streamers like Soda and all these people. And a lot of the times back then it was toxic, right? So I
Yeah.
would go in there like we're all best friends having a good time. I'd spam nice shit just like I do now, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's where you see my Nightbot say some of that shit. And eventually people were like, who is this motherfucker? And so people started like joking in these discords about me and eventually people want to know what I look like. So I'd put on that bag. And when we go into a Discord call, I'd have a dark room around me and I'd have the mat bag on. I'd be like, hi.
That's
And
so.
so it was creepy as fuck. But then eventually I started the stream and then those people knew my stream because I was underbaked in that thing. And
Yeah.
I was like, I can't lose the lore. And now it's a joke that went too far. And now we're
Yeah.
here.
So it basically, yeah, it's gone from that moment to now. Have you thought about, I mean, because I know you were saying like a little while back, like about some kind of like face reveal eventually kind of a thing.
10K
Have
is
you,
when I wanted to do it, bro, but it got ruined. I had a plan and everything. I was at 8,000 something, 8,500 followers.
yeah,
I was in Nopixel, or no, I was in Prodigy at this time. And so one of my I know it was one of my viewers because uh it was just too perfect of a number. It wouldn't be a random. Someone view botted the perfect number to get to 10K that
Or like
day.
follow botted it.
Follow
Yeah.
botted, sorry, yeah. And, what's fucked up, dude, is 2 days later after they did that, and it kinda just threw off my numbers. I knew Twitch would take care of it, but it
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
take but 2 days later, Summit raised me with 6,000 people and his girlfriend with another, like, 1,000. And it's like, bro, and
Oh.
it skewed everything off because then that was real hundreds of followers
Yeah.
on top of that. So now my numbers are going like this to this because Twitch is fixing it, and then I'm getting
Yeah.
and it threw everything off. My ultimate reveal, bro, I had my this wasn't the plan I had for this, but it was
Yeah.
something I'd been thinking of. I was thinking about doing a sponsor with like G subs or something and doing a thing where my face, my real face is at the bottom of the cup and my mask would be on the front, but
Yeah.
you can only see my face by ordering the cup and you see
Dude,
it on the bottom. Marking but
I mean, that's actually a really smart idea. That's a great integration, bro. That's like crazy.
yeah, just I don't know. It's been rough lately because the more you grow, things start to get a little bit crazier. Especially with I don't know. The business side of streaming is such a pain in the ass, bro. It is
Yeah.
such a pain in the ass, and, it's scary, man. People always ask me, like, "Why don't I go full time, like, stop doing DoorDash and stuff?" Bro, relying on a small community, which no one should have to rely on another person for anything.
Yeah.
That's my main problem I'll never get over, and, dude, I could lose it all. Like, you know this. Tomorrow, we could wake up and 50 people decide they don't give a shit. That's half of some people's viewers. 100 people
Yeah.
don't give a shit. That's almost some people's all their views. Dude, there's people with 20 average viewers that make an okay amount of money from that small little tiny community. And if they lost that, they're losing maybe their electricity or something.
Yeah.
Which again, no one should have to rely on another person. And that's why it's so hard to make that jump, you know?
Do you feel it's a little bit awkward, like that relationship that the live streams are so incredibly like crowdfunded? Do you think that's like an awkward relationship, or how do you kind of navigate that?
It dude, it's so funny because I'm still such a small streamer. I mean, an average of 100, 200 in my eyes is still in the mean of things pretty small, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And, so whenever my chat goes nuts, like, let's say I'm just sitting there in a tow truck. Let's say I'm not doing anything crazy and chat starts going off. I always feel bad at that point because then I feel like I need to
Yeah. Up.
do
Up.
stuff. I
Yeah.
need to up it up because it's lazy as fuck. That's why I do 13-hour streams, bro. People probably
Mm,
think I get paid out doing these. You know as well as I do
yeah.
what
Yeah.
ads are. You know.
Yeah.
These 13-hour streams aren't because I'm like fucking no. If
I'm
in
gonna tell
fact,
you right. Yeah. I'll just tell anybody watching. Okay. 15-hour streams and like doing those consistently. They're financially, there it is. You are not in like the positive for the amount of like wear and tear on you.
no.
Like I'm gonna tell you right now, you are not in the positive.
And
Like it
dude,
is.
I hate talking. That's the worst thing. I hate talking about money in Twitch, but there's some points where I hear shit and I'm just like, bruh, like I get some crazy DMs and I don't respond out loud because I don't feed into that shit. That's what helps the community not be so toxic.
Yeah.
But sometimes I just want to tell these motherfuckers, like, dude, there are more often than not when I'm doing 15-hour streams, I'm making less than minimum wage.
Oh
And
yeah.
I love that. I don't give a shit. If I cared, I wouldn't do 15-hour streams. I would
No.
lessen them. But I don't care because I love this shit. My problem with that, what you're talking about with the whole money thing, is that it's
Yeah.
skewed now with how we have rappers getting paid $2 million to show up for 3 minutes on a screen. You know
Yeah.
what that could have done for not just your content if you used it in any other way? $2 million, bro. You could have rented a private jet, flown out a family to Miami that needed
Yeah.
help, had them have a great vacation. Shit that would have been a positive for you, your community, and your reputation. But no, dude, it's so skewed nowadays, and it sucks because, these smaller streamers, let's say 20, 10 viewers, bruh, they don't know what to do because they see these fucking asshats that are lazy sitting in a chair and their community has 20,000. All they have to do is bring on Lil Yachty. Everything's fucking good. And then you have these people on the music section who are playing their asses off to
Yep.
10 people killing it, bro. And it's like, I don't know, it's so hard for me to get used to. I don't know if I'll ever get used to it. Like that's why I try to do things for like the music community. That's why I try to do other shit for other people because in this right now at this time I feel like I don't deserve much. You
Yeah.
know, it's so hard.
Do you ever have that feeling where, um, like, if you're not live, like,
I
everything's
Everything's
declining?
falling apart. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yes, dude.
That's
Yes.
a feeling I always have, right? Like, and I literally like. It's kind of funny you talk about longer streams. I think this is something that you and I connect on. Is that we actually like really love live content. Like, we actually really love to
It's
create
amazing, bro.
like in that connection and that like just that the fact that somebody could be on the other side just experiencing this and it's not ever going to be the same as like that moment. I think that's something that we connect on,
Exactly.
and I'm so in
Exactly.
love with that idea, and that's why like I stream so long, and I have a reminder on my phone to tell me to stop streaming, which is
Mhm.
crazy. Like, cause like I'll be going, bro, same kind of thing. I'll be going. All of a sudden, I look over, it's fucking 10 hours. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, bro, there's other things I need to be working on to like help this stream keep moving that I can't like do if I keep streaming 10 hours at a time. Because for me, I get like I'll be like once I get off stream, then I'll just be like dead, you know, and I'm just like I can't work on anything
Yeah,
or
yeah.
and then also I'm married, so I gotta be a husband after that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like I gotta be present, and I want to be as present as I possibly can, you know. And I think yeah, how do you keep moving with?
I
I
don't
mean, let's just
It
talk about how.
sucks.
Tell people how long your streams normally are right now. Like,
They're around the past couple weeks, like 13 to 15 hours.
bro, that's insane. That's intense, bro.
It's intense, but someone brought this up the other day, and it is kind of hard, especially if you're doing what we are doing.
Yeah.
Is that how do I put this? There's a thing where you can stream too much that ruins the stream for people. For
Mm,
example, like let's say your favorite candy bar was a Snickers, right?
yeah.
But and every single day you were given fucking 1,000 Snickers, bro. And eventually you're like, bro, I can just go eat some Reese's. The Snickers will always be here. I have it every second of the day.
It's true.
That's the problem is that like I know people can say, "Yo, I'll just go watch a movie, I'll go take a trip to Mexico, come back, Baked will be live. It'll be fine."
Yep.
And it's good, that's sick, I love that, that's what I'm here for, but it's also draining because, you know how it is, you're just trying to entertain all the time, you
Is
know?
it maintainable though? You think? You think you're gonna be able to? You think you keep that
Oh,
up?
dude, bro, I tell people right now, if I can do this with the little bit amount I have, the top dog should be scared of me because imagine if I had the money, the means, and the
Yeah.
necessities to do what I wanna do.
Yeah.
These 13-hour streams ain't nothing to me.
Yeah.
Imagine when I have bro, they should be scared. They should be worried.
Well, I don't question the creativity, right? I question the like the time to like create to dream it up. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
okay,
Like
so
the time that you don't have off stream to like dream up the new ideas or to like find the different that kind of
the
stuff.
way the way I know what you're saying, like, yeah, you're going too fast, you would outdo your creativity, your mind. You know what? Like, there's not much creativity to be done when you're always working. I know what you're
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
with
yeah.
that.
There you go. Yeah, yeah,
So, I guess the way I think about it is that when I have more time to take all of the things I've been blessed with and put it into those types of things, maybe I do take a extra day off to set
yeah,
up for the next day of streaming. I just know there'll never be a day where I comfortably take more than like a 2 days off, maybe.
yeah,
And, as far as the hours ran, I think I'll be comfortable streaming less hours if the content was up more. So let's say, I had the money, I had the viewers, I'd be fine with doing a 5, 6-hour stream if I took my chat to, I don't know, Disneyland or something. I'm fine with that.
that's okay. That's interesting. Yeah, okay.
I just feel like, again, I'm so undeserving, which is funny because I used to lay in bed every night for years and be like, "Why not me?" Selfishly, I'd be like, "Why the fuck not me?"
Yeah.
And now it's kinda like, "Why me?" Which is the weirdest switch. It is such a weird
Yeah.
switch, but that's I
Yeah,
think
that isn't
that's
it. It is an interesting way to look at it because when I look at what you do, I think there's so much value in the content that you provide, and just because there's nothing like what you do, right?
I appreciate
And I
that.
think I know I agree. I think it's very true. Like I think a lot of times the streamers don't realize that the reason that people are there, you might think it's because of a game. They might get comfortable with the type of thing or whatever it is, but the core audience is there because you have like there's so many other people live and they're still clicking on what you're doing. You
Bro,
know what I
and
mean?
I'll never have it's dude, it's funny you bring that up because my chat's always like, "Why don't you play this game? Why don't you go try this?" And I'm just so even though this all started popping off, like, finally popping off around 2 years ago, even within that time frame, even when I was getting got partnered from that time frame, my brain still can't, like, compute, you know? I don't know,
Yeah.
my brain can't just, like, compute that it's happens, so I don't know, I get lost in the sauce, I guess. I don't know.
Well, yeah. Well,
Uh,
switching games or doing different things is like scary, right? Or
it's
like doing a
scary,
new type
bro.
of content is terrifying because 100% there will be a fall off of viewers, right? There 100
I've already seen it,
110%.
yeah.
That's just how it works. It's just how it is. And especially like for me what I've like kind of like come to terms with is like when I'm trying to throw some different segments into my stream and like plan out some different like games or like some different things or like very like specific
Yeah.
things. And I understand there's a fall off from that, but then I look at the numbers based on those, and I think back like a year, 2 years ago, and I go, "Oh my, I would have like killed to have
I know,
like
yeah,
15
dude.
people fucking hanging out with me, dude." I would, you know what I mean? I would have been
Bro,
like, and it's just
me
funny how the new high becomes your new low. It's such a toxic
yeah,
mentality
dude.
because you can't. It's just there's many seasons where you can't keep up with it, dude. You
Bro,
know?
I feel that so hard. I mean, dude, Injustice and me, bro, I don't know how much you know about me and Injustice relationship,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
bro, like, we tried everything. Bro, the girl Liza you met in Vegas got
Yep.
married from my game show. I don't know if you know
No,
that.
dang, I didn't know that. No,
Yeah,
that's
me and Injustice used to do
he
love
told me
shows.
about that. He told me about how you would do the dating shows.
And one of my best friends got married to a guy from that show, which
That's intense.
it's
Damn.
so cool, like, everything happening, it's just it's
Yeah.
scary, like, trying other shit, and honestly, I'm not gonna get too deep into it. I don't know if you know what happened recently, but I was in Oregon a couple weeks ago.
Hmm.
On stream, I found out my grandpa had passed away,
Oh
and that was
man.
pretty rough finding out, like, on stream, and so that was that all, like that moment, I was like, "Oh, shit, this might be where everything goes down." And so the next day, basically, or the day after, I was already on the way to Oregon. I didn't even have time to, like, tell Chad, "Do we gotta chill for a little bit?" Whatever. On the way to Oregon, and, like, there was already a bunch of shit with that. My whole savings that I had is gone now due
Man.
to helping, but I realized something because I did streams in Oregon. I brought my backpack that you saw,
Yeah, yeah.
and, I did streams there when I was just relaxing, chilling. There was one stream I did where it was raining, and it just started raining on me, but I bought my umbrella, and I had my little backpack. I was talking to my Chad dude, and everyone was there just chilling, man, and it really that day changed how I think of that now, like, trying other shit because you're right. The people aren't just there for a character or whatever. There are people that are there for you, and that's what's hard about, the money thing is, like,
Mhm.
when people are so willing to give and show so much love. And dude, my community, man, they won't even just do it for me. Bro, we will go show love to a random streamer none of us know, don't even play GTA, and they will drop bombs, dude.
Yeah, it's
And
so cool.
I'll never understand. I'll never get used to it. It's
I've seen you
crazy.
do that before. Like for anybody who doesn't hasn't seen it, explain that whole like drive by idea. Like
Oh,
what and when did
okay.
that kind of like start happening? Like when did you
So Twitch used to have hosts. I don't know if
Yeah.
you remember hosting, and hosting was like a cool thing because it kind of allowed, I don't know, allowed you to show love to people, and then you still had your people around. It was an interesting concept, but that went away, and I started thinking like, why not just go show love to people while I'm live? It's weird concept because any other business person would be like, that's stupid. I could lose viewers doing that,
Yeah,
lose
yeah.
money. But I'm gonna be honest, man, like, when we do that is and the reason we do the drive-bys as opposed to the raid I'll raid them after, but w the drive-by, I like to show people now that are in the community, like, what happens when you guys do shit together. It's one thing to raid out and everyone just goes
Yep.
and then go but when you do that and you go show them the channel, you tell them, "Don't put my emote, don't put my shit, let them just experience this." What you can see your chat do, and this is when you really see the people in your chat, the type of people, they go and show love to these, and, most of the time, these people are like, "Where is this coming from?" And I
Yeah.
love that, dude, because that is the feeling I always wanted, bro, is like, "Where are these people coming from?" And that's why I tell them not to put my name or anything, because I want them to just experience their life, not me, their life.
Yeah.
And, it's so cool, man. It's so cool. I've probably done it, like, almost a 500 times by now, and the amount of messages and the people that, yeah, it's dude, it's the coolest shit. I remember we did it one time for this kid and his cousin. They were playing 2K, and his cousin was on the other end, and he was just playing 2K. They were just vibing. There was n one person in the chat, which I'm assuming was his cousin. And we went and we showed love, and this kid went off, dude. He was so freaking stoked. He more entertaining than me. Dude went from, chilling to entertainment in no time.
Yeah,
And he
yeah.
came a couple days later, and he said the sweet I'm not gonna say it on stream, but the sweetest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And I don't know, that stuff will 13-hour streams make that easy every time. Every
Yeah.
time.
It is kind of like a really something that I didn't I don't know, when I got into streaming, I didn't really think about I thought about the connection between live viewer and, like, being able to entertain people.
Mhm.
I didn't think about that kind of stuff, right? The positivity that, like, a community can, like, come together and, like, be, like, a difference in some ways, like, in, like,
Uh-huh.
even, like, small ways like that, not like a cheesy way, but, like, a real way. Because I remember when I was, like when I got my I don't know if you remember your first ever raid at all, like,
Oh,
at
I
all,
do,
but my
I do
first ever
remember.
raid, I remember I just was, like, amazed, you know? Do you remember your first raid by any chance?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like, your first ever person to, like, raid
I
you?
do, I do. It was I don't know if he still streams, but it was a guy named Frost Prime or Prime Frost. He was actually a big streamer back then, which was funny because I was on a public server, and this was basically when everyone was on a public server. There wasn't wireless weren't really too prominent, and, I was playing a character named Goober. I was ass, dude. Everyone always asks about my, like, RP and stuff, about, like, how I did bro, everyone can do it. It's you just gotta keep going. I sucked. But one day he raided me with, like, 40 people, and back then,
Yeah.
that was, like I was like, "Holy
Yeah.
shit, I made it." And,
Yeah, dude, no, I know that
he
feeling,
raided me
yeah.
with 40 people, and then within 10 minutes, it was back at, like, 3. And then I was
Yeah, yeah.
like, "Well, it was good while it lasted," but that gave me so much confidence, though, because I didn't realize, you know?
Yeah. I think what gave me, like, a little bit of confidence when I got my first, like, raid or something like that is that another streamer, like, believed in me enough to, like,
Yeah,
send their
yeah.
people to me. That was, like that idea to me was like, "Oh, man," and I had the opportunity to maybe win over a few people in that moment, you know,
Mhm.
like, was just, like, such a cool idea to me, and I remember, also thinking after I got my first big raid that everyone, like, overhyped that idea.
Oh, of
You know what I mean?
like
Like, all they thought was, like, "If I got that one raid, I'd
oh,
be like,
yeah, dude.
I'm gone." You know what I mean? Like, I'm to the moon now, you know? And
Yeah.
it's just not
I
true.
mean,
It's
that
just
that
not.
proves the thing you were saying about, like, your audience is, like, connects to you. Bro, for example, the Summit Raid, like, 6,000 people. Bro,
Yeah.
most people would think like, "Bro, that's gonna be it. I'm gonna fucking ride this wave. People are gonna love me." And
Yeah.
I can still get a ton of those people, but it just isn't how it works, man. It's not how it works. It's a
Yeah.
long, slow roll, baby.
Yeah. I think one of my friends, he got rated by Tim the Tap Man.
Good old
like
Kim.
early on,
Yeah.
and it was like all the friends around were thinking, oh my god,
Yeah,
he's like,
dude.
and then yeah, the next day it was like, I think he was at like 15 viewers like normally,
Uh-huh.
and it was back at like 15. It's just such an interesting like concept. But I think for me, it was more of the idea that another streamer believed in me enough to like send that over, was just so cool at the beginning,
Dude, I tell people that ask all the time, like, bro, the hardest hurdle really is getting, because this is exactly how it works. I hands down know this. When you go to someone's stream and you see them with 5, 10 people, if
Yeah,
they're not talking or anyone in their chat's not talking, there's nothing to bond with, right? So when you're at 5, 10 people, even one viewer, you need to always be talking, whether it's to yourself, whether it's whatever it may be, you got to have that engagement, because if you have 5 or 10 people, when someone comes in there, whether your chat's talking or not, if you're the one chatting it up, you're like, I think the earth is flat. Well, that person that came in's probably going to be like, I'm going to give this guy my opinion real quick, you know? And
yeah,
that's how the bond starts, bro. And I'm so thankful because this mask man, I think, made my it made it harder for me, because when I had a small group, like 5, 10 people, you come into my stream, you're probably like, no wonder this guy has 5 or 10 people. He's got a mask on. I'm out of this motherfucker. But now I've finally gotten past that point where now I have a community. So when people come in, they're like, well, maybe there's a reason people watch, you know?
yeah.
It's yeah.
I think when I first saw it, I kind of thought like, I kind of thought calculated, like I thought, okay, this is part of the, because I saw you when you were, you're already big, that's when I first experienced you, like, and so I'm thinking like, oh, like I was already calculated, and then I started to see like that the personality was the pool,
Mhm.
like when I started to watch it, I was like, oh shoot, like people are driven to this because it is so like the whole experience of the stream is unique. And
Yeah.
I think that was like where I started realizing, okay, like at first I thought, oh, you know what, like, oh, I'll put a mask on so that like
Yeah.
people like will have something to ask about, but
Which they never do,
I
which is annoying, bro. These people come into my stream. Yo. I said this the other day. These people, bro, I had someone come to my stream the other day, first time chatter, bro. And I'm just sitting there doing my thing. And his first chat was, "Are you gay?" And he was serious too. He was full on serious. And I had to pause my music. I sat there. I'm like, dude, there's so much going on here. I have a mask on.
yeah,
There's so much going on. But am I gay? That's the one we're worried about here. Like,
that's the
come
first
on,
one you
dude.
ask. The I remember like when I was first like starting to stream on TikTok, I was on the wrong side of the For You page.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
everyone just like they would come in and just be like, "You're fat," or like, they'd be like, they like say like just random stuff trying to like make you like sad, And I was just like, dude, this platform sucks, dude. This is
Dude.
like the worst
You know
thing
what's
ever,
worse, too? They'll
bro.
come in there, they'll say the most horrific shit to you, and then you get banned for saying shut up or something. It's like, bro,
Yeah.
get off my ass, man.
So with I mean, there's the streaming portion of it, but then there's also I mean, you've been doing GTA mainly like from the beginning, or
Oh,
no?
yeah. That's just been the bread and butter. I think I have like close to like 10,000 hours or
Dude,
something.
I want to hear your experience on like the streamer to GTA server relationship.
Mm,
Uh, I think it's an interesting thing to talk about because it can be done well, it can be done
I know
poorly.
exactly
I want to
what
hear
you're
your
talking about. I
I want to hear. Well, I don't want to. I don't need to talk about like
No, no,
specific
no, no, no,
people or
no. I
specific
know what you
places, but
mean. That's
yeah,
what I know what you mean by, and that's why I've always said I will never open a server. I'll never do it. People have asked me a million times. It will never happen because one, I just cannot put up with dumb shit. Like if I see someone giving absolute ass RP, it's not, I don't care if they're making my server money. I don't give a shit. I just can't. They're gone. And I hate being that way in this circumstance, like with RP, because it should just be fun. I shouldn't have to think about that. No one should. And like
yeah.
the annoying part is with what you're getting at is if I've starting, and that's why I love Nopixel, is because it was getting to a point where I was going to servers, people would give me $1 million in a day and give me shit, and then it would be I would just give it away because I'm like, dude, what am I gonna work for now? And so
We're like server owners giving you that,
no, no,
or
no, 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 like people that have been in the server. But the
Yeah.
problem with that is that that leaks to server owner, because even if the server owners aren't doing that for me, people on
Yeah.
the outside are like, "Look at Baked, he's got a supercar, he's been here for a day," and it's like, bro, I don't even know who owns this server. You know what I mean? This
Yeah. Yeah.
it's that shit sucks ass. And what's a bigger problem is if you're a streamer and you're a server owner, they might as well just throw it out the window. It's
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's an interesting topic because I always feel that relationship it can be really uncomfortable for a streamer at times because not necessarily on like something like Nopixel because it's like so massive,
mm,
but like in a lot of like smaller servers, um, like there has to be boundaries that are drawn. I feel like like with I'll get some stuff from people or maybe I won't or what I mean, like or like owners giving things to people or
yeah.
whatever it is. I'm on the side. I don't want anything. Like I really don't want anything at all from the server. I actually don't even want to like partner with the server. I want to just like play the server
Yeah.
and just be a part of it and cool. Like I've had like offers from servers. Oh, join our server and we'll pay you.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
like that. I don't like that interaction really. And not to say that I would never do like some kind of thing, but I feel like once you overstep a certain
Uh,
like
relationship
boundary with,
boundary, yeah.
yeah, it gets weird because then you like start being like, oh, I want to play the server because of the people
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
really
yeah.
care for the ownership. And then you're like stuck in this weird space where you can't. You want to move servers, you feel like you almost can't.
Oh, yeah, dude, you feel like, bro, and what's sad about that is sometimes it is exactly as bad as you would think. Like, there are people when you switch a server, I've been to a server before where I went to another server for a day, bro, and they're like, "Oh, really? We're gonna switch up like that?" It's like, "Huh, what do
It's not personal. It's not like a personal
bro,
decision.
like,
It's
this
just
could
like,
help you in the long run." It actually has in this
yeah,
I'm not gonna get into it, but there was a server that I was very much a part of, like, very, very part of, and, I had friends there, and my friends started to get shit on by people that were paying, uh, very good money to the server, and it got to a point where I started to stick up for him, like, "Dude, this is fucked up. What are you doing?" And, it became just it went from a really good relationship to downhill because, uh, money, unfortunately, is what runs these servers, man, and it
yeah,
sucks that, relationship it it's I don't know how to put this, but, like, if you're a small server owner, even if you have average 100 people in your server and it's not quote unquote "big" in terms of, people paying to help the server out, whatever, that's gonna somehow leak into relationship, whether it's with you or a person who's not even a streamer but pays enough. It happens, dude, and it sucks. It sucks. I always tell people, man, if you love a server, bro, I wish I knew this a long time ago. If you love a server so much, you stay there because that's your home. Don't let anybody outpay you, outdo shit. You stick to your guns until the very end because the only way a server works is when everyone stops giving a shit and leaving and they stay in their home. This is your home. Every time you switch homes, it's going to keep happening. So find a place you're willing to put up with your bullshit, you know?
yeah. It's tricky because it's all small communities.
Mhm.
Like I used to work in like churches before I did like sales and then this, but yeah, it was like in small communities, it's good until it's not.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's just kind of how it is, and something that I've realized through the years is like, that's just where I started to set up like, okay, I'm not gonna get too close with like, you
Mhm.
know, admins and owners and all these kinds of things. I'm gonna be close and I'm gonna have a good relationship, but I'm not gonna be like, hey, dude, I'll ride or die for you, bro. You know, what I mean? Like I'm not gonna like sit there
Yeah,
and
yeah.
say that because when things switch up and I gotta switch things up and maybe I gotta move servers or whatever, I want that relationship to be good, but I also don't want them to feel like, oh, Nick's like ours
Yeah, but that's the thing, then what was that
or
relationship,
vice
you know?
versa. Yeah,
What was
I
that
mean,
relationship? That's the way that's why I'm glad I'm starting to kind of relax to that concept because let's be real, it's gonna get to a point for all of us, the more we give a shit and grow, it's gonna be a dog eat dog world where people are gonna pretend they like you for certain reasons. I hate talking about this, but it's just facts.
yeah,
Everyone deals with it, and, it's just a matter of, like when you call that shit out. Like, if you know someone's keeping you around for a certain reason, well, then fuck off, you know? There should be no
Yeah,
reason other than me and your relationship. No fucking
I agree with that.
streaming, no any of that.
Yeah, and that's where I think that it's just interesting to hear your take on it because it's I don't know, like you've switched servers recently, right? You've gone to Prodigy
Mhm,
and then gone to Nopixel.
mhm.
What has that been like for you? Like going between like a few different servers within a few different months, you know?
Well, Prodigy and Nopixel, that's where I met Changang and Summit and all of them is Prodigy because everyone was there chilling while Nopixel was going through their change. And
Yeah, yeah,
so when everyone switched to Prodigy, that's I went over there because I was like, bro, I never had a chance to Nopixel. Well, I did, but I never really gave it a chance. And I was like, if
you were already whitelisted though, right?
yeah,
In Nopixel and everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
I even had a Nopixel Pokemon card there when I first joined,
Oh wow.
and I still gave up. And, but yeah, so when I heard about Prodigy and everyone going there to try it out, I was like, "Bro, I know I can get into Prodigy. I know a couple people there already that at least if I don't find friends I can talk to." And so I went and tried it out, and bro, within like a month, it was best choice of my life. It was so sick because it allowed me to finally understand that like even though I'm a small streamer, that doesn't matter. Like these I tell people all the time, bro, don't take shit from other small streamers that think they can talk shit to you or shit down on you or whatever because those people don't matter. These huge streamers some Tim Mac K, all these people, they've already gone through the money and the people. They got went through that phase. They are willing
Yeah.
to help now. They are willing to help. I've seen Tim Mac, I've seen all these people do things for others that they never would have to do. They don't benefit from it. And I really hope other streamers, like small streamers, realize it's not scary, bro. You can talk to these people like human beings, and that's bro, they will treat you better than most, you know?
Yeah.
And that it's sad, man, because I see all these small people in No Pixel, like even that aren't streamers. And I talk, dude, oh man, I talk to people all the time, and I always ask one of my first questions that I ask, and it kills me, and I need to stop asking this, is do you have any friends around here? Because so often I hear no, and it breaks my fucking heart, dude. And dude, these are people too that like grind out for money and then spend all that money to do like a race or something. And it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't know, it's heartbreaking. So I always tell those people, bro, go talk to people. Like, don't be scared, man. Just go talk to humans.
Yeah. I remember when I was on Prodigy, it was kind of interesting because the guys who were the bigger guys were down to have a RP
Yeah,
scenario,
yeah.
but it was actually the people who were like the middle of the ground, like maybe like my
Coming up.
size to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like bigger that were really
Dude, dog
standoffish
eat dog world.
unless you were bigger, and it was like really strange. I was just like, I'm not like
Yeah,
I was like, we both benefit if we have crazy interactions and stuff,
exactly,
dude.
bro.
Like, why is this like such a? It felt that way, and it could have been like a me. I could have been like
Mhm.
I don't know, but anytime I encountered somebody that was like not a bigger
Yeah.
like streamer, it was like they were not open to it. But if the bigger streamers, they
And
were like, oh, what's
dude,
up? What do you think?
that
Like you're
was
like,
my
this is so
exact
funny.
problem in early no in 3.0. That was why I left is because I was still at 10 viewers. And when I would talk to people, it was like no one wanted to say words to me. And the last thing I left off with in No Pixel was rapping at Wu Chang. I rapped at Wu Chang. They gave me a chance. I had the best time, and there's a clip of me saying like, "Yo, if you guys go over to their stream, say thank you because there's no one fucks with Stuart," something along those lines. And I left, and bro, No Pixel now is so. What you had in Prodigy is what I used to get. It is not
Yeah,
that anymore. I don't,
that's cool.
bro. You know Moon? So he
Yeah,
helps
yeah,
like the admin shit there too. In that guy, I'm not joking. I've seen him whitelist people from like within 20-second conversations with him, not even knowing who these people are. I've seen him do it. Just say, "What's their number? They need a whitelist." And it's so cool
that's
because
so
I'm
cool.
seeing all these people that deserve this love getting it. Most of the people I run into, I shit you not, are not even streamers. I even ask them, I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yo, do you have, goggles? I need to I need to show love." And they never do, bro. It's mind blowing. It's really sick. It's dope.
I think some people like streaming is actually stressful for a lot of people, you know, like I think,
Mhm.
well, I mean, in the same ways that we experience and we've talked about even on this podcast, like you kind of feel like those stresses, and some people can't handle the number side of streaming and the stresses that brings, and just like even the people watching them sometimes is a bit much for that
Mm.
process. The RP world in particular is like it can be a really
Oh,
toxic
yeah. Oh,
viewership
yeah.
that I've even had to put reins on like my audience at times, like, and be like, bro, like I can't like deal with you
Bro,
guys like picking apart every single thing of every single moment, and like it's very stressful for
dude,
somebody.
I was on Nopixel
And
for a
yeah.
month, and one day I wake up and we're on the top 2,000 upvotes hate thread on me and my group.
Oh wait,
2,000
really?
I
That's
wake up to
crazy.
2,000 upvotes on Reddit against me and my crew. And
Jeez.
what's crazy is it was a group of a guy named Lenny, Grayson from OTK, and like a couple
Mhm.
others. And um this was a group of people that just genuinely showed love to everyone. We did one
Yeah,
thing against a group that was bigger than us, and it was a horrible mistake.
and people lost
Oh,
it.
lost their
Yeah.
shit. The Reddit was saying things like, "These people been sitting around for weeks just robbing people." When that day we sat in a group and we're like, "We never get to do gangster stuff. Let's be gangsters today because we never have
Yeah,
robbed."
yeah.
And yeah, it's just so toxic sometimes. But uh, my favorite thing to do is fight that shit. It's gonna sound cheesy, but with love, dude.
Yeah.
People fucking hate when you're positive. It's just fact. I don't know
Yeah.
why, but when you are too positive, there's gonna be toxic fuckers that hate it. And the best part is, I've learned this. Rarely ban. People will come say weird shit to me, and I'll usually say or rap something back, say something back that's nice or whatever, and then they just don't say shit again. They're like, God, this guy's too nice. I
Yeah.
can't do it. And, I don't know, I don't know, it's gonna hurt me one day, I know it's gonna fucking turn back on me, but
No, I don't think it will. I think I'm similar in the sense, like if I have negative people around me, I purposely remove those
yeah.
people. I because it just drains me, dude. Like I can't like whenever it's like somebody's just like complaining, or like just like overly like negative, it ruins my whole day. It ruins my whole vibe, dude.
Yeah, bro.
I just can't do it.
It's
I can't at
it's
all.
like there's too much negativity, bro. When I press offline or when I go offline, I see enough negativity. I don't need to come back to some more shit, you know?
Yeah. So with NoPixel 4.0, what's that been like for you? Like, what do you think about the develop? Like, they've really gone through some like great, like, I mean, they've really changed the game in a lot of ways
Oh,
with how
dude.
they've done NoPixel 4.0, and you already see a lot of servers falling into line of that. I mean, even Rush Hour has adopted some of the scripts from there already. Even like just a lot of places are going to adopt those scripts, and they've changed the game for everybody. Really,
One
what do you
thing
think about it?
I've noticed, and I never have I see, I'm sure you've known, and I've never before no pixel ever grinded. I've literally my entire time have just scammed my way into like I'll be like, it's my birthday party today. And they're like, it's your birthday every
Yeah,
week. And people just
yeah, yeah,
and I
yeah.
used to do shit like that, but no pixel found a way, and I don't know if you've seen this, but they found a way to make the jobs no one wants to do a huge part of how you get shit you need in the next level. And
Yeah.
that allows so much RP because the only way you're getting underground is if you know a tow truck driver who grinds that tow truck to 300 and gets the crowbar for underground and the lockpicks and the other illegal shit.
Wow.
The only way to get computer devices is to go and find someone who's a master at garbage. And this has allowed people to create unions. And now you have a labor union, you have the garbage union, and these unions fight. It's such a good way to make
That's awesome.
shitty RP good RP, you know?
Yeah.
I think it's helped a
Did you?
lot.
I mean, what's some of your favorite? I guess like mechanics that you've seen that are different.
Bruh, mechanic, you mean like UI, just like the way they do? Because
I mean, like yeah, like whether it's
so
a certain job or a certain like
the
way that something works,
I
or
like little things, right? Like small things make my mind. For example, right? If you go into a server where it's all the same basic map layout, you're gonna get used to it. But then you go to a server one day where there's an extra palm tree in the middle of the road. You're like, never seen that palm tree before. That stuff matters a lot, and one thing is gonna sound so niche, but the towing in there, when I first started towing, I was like, it's probably just the same script as all the other. You just go tow whatever the fuck. But
Yeah,
you
yeah.
gotta go, you gotta drop your bed, talk to the person, you either change their tire or whatever, or you gotta tow it. And what really got me is when I grabbed the tow hitch and I brought it over to the car, I'm like, wait, there's an actual hitch here. Like little
That's
things, you know what I
crazy.
mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you hook it up and whatever. And then little things like the weed, bro. To grow weed, you could go and grow it in the open. But what people don't know is that there are spots in the city and no one knows, not even really the devs, because it's so random that some soil is better to plant in than others. So I could grow a plant that is the same as your plant, but I could grow it in 45 minutes. Yours could take 3 hours if it's in a
That's
shittier spot. Dude,
crazy.
sunlight affects it. If you're against a mountain and the sun's hitting the shade,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of that stuff is so like I love it. I fucking love it.
Well, that's really cool because then you're able to build a whole RP like story around it.
Uh-huh.
I've always said that like mechanics aren't needed for RP, but great like mechanics like enable good
Dude,
RP. You know,
even little
like
ones like the hitch, like small little
yeah,
stuff, dude.
small. Yeah, exactly. I think something that like we like challenged ourselves with was like there was like meth in the city,
Mhm.
right? But everyone just uses like a money printer and just like made a bunch of money off of
Yep.
it, and there was no RP around it. It was just like, how do I wash my money? I just sell this
Yep.
thing and whatever. We wanted to create like a whole like empire around it, so like bringing in like finding like random like new people to sell
Yes,
and
yes.
like getting them in and then now we protect them while they sell, and it becomes this whole like thing where like they could snitch on
Bro,
us
that's
or
kinda what
we
I'm
could
doing
like,
right
you know,
now.
like
Yeah, that's exactly
yeah,
like the RP. I just randomly found a guy that, needed help in the city. I needed help with someone to get down in the sewers for moonshine because I didn't have time to go collect. Dude's been
yeah.
collecting for me, and he's been sick, and there's RP around
That's
it. Yeah.
I think the more that I like play, the longevity for me with RP and to like combat burnout is to actually make other people's time better.
Yes,
Like,
dude.
and that because for me, like, I can only rob so many banks. I can only like do so many things. You know, like the reality is like making another person like I love when I hear somebody like legitimately laugh
Mhm.
in
Oh,
RP or
yeah.
like like
They
you just hear them
break.
like legitimately they're having a blast.
Yeah.
Like yeah, not even necessarily break, but like you can just tell the other person on the other side, even if especially if it's like a creme de cop thing
Oh, that's my
or like
favorite,
something
creme de
like
cre
that.
yeah.
You can like legitimately make someone else have a good time when it's even if they're losing in the situation or you're losing.
Bro,
It's a cool
there's
thing.
so
It's
much
like it's really
little
interesting.
things that you can do to change your whole perspective and your whole chances of your RP. So for what I mean by chances, like let's say I move into a city and I meet a cop and I get pulled over, it's a stolen car. I can be a complete asshole to this person I just met, know nobody in the city, and that's his relationship with me. And or I could make up some bullshit story, throw a rock at the wind, and hopefully that shit floats. And dude,
Yeah.
even if that rock doesn't float, that dude now knows my RP. So when I get pulled over next time, he knows what he's going to deal with, and that relationship grows. That is so important with everyone, bro. And when you brought up the new person thing, that I always say brings the best RP. My best
Mhm.
RP has came from a random person that I've drug along my bullshit with. Like it
Yeah.
is so fun, bro. And you know the cool thing about No Pixel and even Prodigy places like that is that small people think it's not gonna work. Bro, imagine being in No Pixel. I always think about this when I do this. Imagine being in No Pixel, you're new, you're a small guy, and you think everyone's just gonna be an asshole and you're not a big streamer. And someone comes up to you and you're like, "How you wanna go on a mission?" And you're like, "All right." And then you end up fucking going to a therapist, talking about how you smoke crack, and then going meeting the
Yeah, yeah.
Vagos. You're gonna have the best day of your life, and you're gonna tell your
Absolutely.
friends about how you did that shit in No Pixel. It's cool, man, and I just wish other people would just try, bro. Try to give it a chance.
That well, that's the best thing is like I think people don't realize if they just so the thing that they're doing, if you just split it up into jobs for other people
Yes, yeah.
and like you like even if it's like minuscule things, like hey, you're gonna be like you know, we did chambers recently, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm like working at a restaurant. I originally was doing it because I was on parole, so we just started like we started saying like, oh, like we need a chef, we need a waiter, we need
Now you're
a
playing like
like
an asshole Gordon Ramsay. Get the fuck out of
yeah,
there.
exact. I was doing stuff like that, you know. Like we were saying, like I had recently watched The Bear, you know. Like I don't know if you've seen that show, but they always say like yes chef, no chef.
I've seen that.
heard
I have
chef.
seen that.
And
Yeah.
so yeah, we always like did that. And so I just think I've started to like try to find things that I can like dissect into different jobs, give people an opportunity to like, just RP and create whatever the hell they want to create out of it. But I think some people need that direction to be like, hey, try this, and then they go, oh shoot, I can
And
create in this way or create in that way. And
and dude,
so
it's the same with like. So I love film. That's what I went to school for, and it's the same concept as when
mm,
you're doing the acting and shit like that. It's you're gonna work better with another person because the weight isn't on just you. When you're having
yeah,
fun with another person, they get to take a chance for you not to speak for a second. They get to chance. It gives you more an outlet. You know what I mean? Opposed to just
yeah.
talking to yourself all day.
What did you study for film? I'm curious.
I got my
What like
bachelor's
which?
in cinematography, and
Oh shoot, okay.
the title is science and film, but it's just a fancy word for cinematography and some other shit. I also got my associates in audio engineering while I was there too.
Oh shoot,
Yeah.
okay.
Now I'm
That's
paying
bad.
extra for no reason.
It helps. It helps with what you're doing, but also you're like, damn, it's like a.
I
But I think
I paid for a
is that something you want to
connection.
go into, or no?
It's like a fallback. Like I know damn well if this all fails, I have people
Yeah.
in LA that can help me. I know I have a fallback.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny that you're in LA because that's where I'm
Oh,
at.
I'm
I'm
not
in
here
like
anymore. I
Glendale,
just moved back.
but no, I mean that you
Oh
were,
yeah.
yeah, that you were in LA. But I think the film side of things for RP has always been something I ask for people. Like what kind of movies do you like?
Uh-huh.
Like what kind of what do you have any inspirations from films for your characters, stuff like that? So yeah, I pose that same question to you. What are your favorite kind of movies? And then like do you use those movies at all, like
Favorite
for
movie,
inspiration?
dude. All time. I never really have an answer to this, but I think the best movie I will always get down on, always laugh at, Grandma's Boy. I love that movie. So have you?
I've never
You
seen it.
haven't seen Grandma's Boy?
No.
Okay, so dude, you just look at the casting, you'll be like, I'm down. I'm telling you,
I'll look at that.
it has Nick Swartz in it as a crackhead. It is the funniest shit. I'm telling you, it's gonna be your favorite movie of all time.
I'll watch it.
Um,
I'll watch it for sure. Yeah, I haven't seen
but
it.
yeah, just I like comedies and stuff. But as far as character inspiration, there is one that people sometimes call out and no one knows. But once in a while, people will get it. But Stuart isn't just Stuart. There's a reason Stuart's Stuart. And I'm gonna let you think about this. Do you remember any old shows, maybe from MTV days or eh, look what I can do.
Like that.
You don't know?
Wait. Look what I
Look
can.
what I can do.
No, I don't
Do you
remember it. I
know
don't
do you
remember it.
remember Mad
No.
TV? Do you know
I watched some of Mad TV. I didn't watch
there's
a lot of
a
Mad TV.
character
No.
name, if you Google it, Stuart Mad TV. Once you see it, you'll be like,
Really?
yeah. Once you see it, you're gonna be
Look at
like,
that.
oh, okay. That
Let me just see this very quick.
yeah. It's funny because randomly people will call it out. I'm like, damn, that's pretty close.
Yo, this is actually that's insane. That is
Yeah.
like very. I feel like that was created based off you. Now that I saw that
It
after,
was, yeah.
So
It was late creation type thing.
yeah, I was doing this way
Yeah.
before, but
But yeah.
so you kind of took inspiration from that, or
that is kind of, yeah. Right when I was trying to create a character, MTV was on. I saw Stuart, and the inspiration for Stuart itself came from actually Injustice. Injustice was like, we should make like a different character, like a nerd or something. And so I was playing Goober, and I was like, that's fucking good idea. I get off that night. We talked whatever, and I was watching Mad TV. I see Stuart, and I was like, Stuart, that's what's gonna happen. And so the next day I get on. There's clips of me and Injustice the first day I played Stuart actually, and
yeah?
yeah, it took off. It was actually
Do you play any?
it
Oh,
was
sorry. Go
supposed to
ahead. Go
be a
ahead.
perma character. Well, that's what's crazy.
Oh,
And
like a one
yeah,
lifer
and
kind
it
of a
changed
thing,
my
or
life. That's nuts.
dude, I've done that before where you have like a one lifer and you're like, I actually think there's legs to this
I
one,
always tell
like
people, bro. I always tell people, if you're bored of RP, make a character that you would never play, and I promise you that will probably be your character for the rest of your life.
That's a really good idea. Cause yeah, one lifers give you that like, and if you just I started off as like, I'm gonna make this one lifer, and then like you try something new, it gives you that like idea. You're like, oh, I'm gonna kill it anyway, so I might as well play the hell out of it. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be done after tonight, so I might as well play the hell out of it.
I like
bro.
the way you put. I'm gonna kill it anyway. Like it's like a dog.
I mean, right? I mean, dude, it's like, but I think it gives you that freedom to kind of like, swing a little bit, like and swing for the fences.
Mhm.
And I think that's RP, but that's also streaming a bit, right? Like, if you can't swing for the fences and you're afraid to fail, it just,
Bro.
you'll never be at your full
And I
potential
wish
with
I
it.
knew that like 3 years ago, 3.0 Nopixel, because I would have grabbed my nuts by my hand. But the problem with back then too, so yeah, I probably should have finished that. But yeah, no,
I'll just grab my nuts and then move.
Yeah, no. But actually, that you say that too, the Nopixel thing too, like I forgot, but I also left because I was gonna get kicked out of college because of it. I was
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I had to, because I was going there and I was spending 15 a month, um, just for the application, and then I got in, and so I was like, all right, I'm in now. And when I was getting in, I was like, dude, I have to make this work. I have to. So I was taking days off of my school and then waiting to get into Nopixel. But 23 slots in Nopixel queue could be 1 hour or it could be 6 hours.
Yeah.
So my dumb ass was like, take the risk. And I'll sit there in my stupid chair waiting. And eventually my school calls me and they're like, we're going to have to like redo your term. They were on some shit. And I had to basically like pray. I had to pray to them to let me just keep it going. I was fucked. I was so fucked.
Dang.
Yeah. They were about to make me redo my semester. And I would have to pay for it too.
Oh shoot,
Yeah.
that's a huge hit. Especially dude out here in LA, man, everything's just so freaking expensive, bro.
Oh,
it's like
so annoying.
Schooling or any living situation or like that whole semester is like a whole nother
that's
life-changing amount of money.
Literally, yeah.
Like,
but it worked.
So you get into Nopixel, then you stopped playing Nopixel, then you went to Rush Hour for a little bit, or
Yeah, I went to I went to a place. That's where me and Strafe and all of us, man. I went to Nonstop.
Okay, I was gonna say Great City for some reason, but
Great
Nonstop,
was
right?
first, then Nonstop. No, yeah, Great was first, then Nonstop. Then me and my friends from Nonstop went to Great, and then Rush opened, and then all that shit happened with Great. Went to Rush,
boom. And then Prodigy, then yeah, that is a lot of movement, dude. That is a lot of movement. It's hard to like take people along that journey as well,
bro. And that's when you brought up the server owning thing and shit like that. When I ended up getting my success from Nonstop. I'm like, yo, they want out of here. Let me bring them to a place that deserves these, like someone that really helped me. And I bring them there, and yeah, man, it just didn't work.
Bring them to
Rush
Hour City. Oh, great.
Yeah, so
okay,
I went from Great to Nonstop, from Nonstop.
Yeah, it's that server stuff it's something that a lot of like viewers don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is a little bit of like a stressor at times. I don't imagine with the bigger ones unless you're like a big.
Oh no, I love
it.
I don't talk to any of the.
It's so you're like so like
other than like Moon. I don't even talk to Moon like that. Other than just quick shit. Yeah, I'm glad that I don't have any. No one can say shit to me. You can't say he's a fucking big streamer. No, I'm not. In that server, I'm a little guppy, so you can't say nothing to me.
So in like 2 years, ideal content wise, not necessarily size wise, because fuck that, we can't control any of that shit. But like just content wise, where would you like to be at?
Oh, I'm telling you, I was gonna say this earlier when you brought up the whole hours, how I stream and stuff. I think, and this goes along with the whole drive-by raid stuff. I think there's a missing thing in Twitch that this is gonna sound so cheesy, but I think there's someone on YouTube has absolutely locked in and it worked. Mr. Beast. The way I think of
who's that?
Yeah, who's that? Dude, I hate to bring him up, but the man literally took his first paycheck and made that into what it is today by literally giving it to someone. And I'm not saying that I can just give shit away right now, but my goal is to get to a point where I'm successful enough to where I can feed my family, whatever, and take whatever I have left and just go do shit with people. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
literally has helped me grow so much just doing the drive-bys and shit like that, that there's something to it. And I can see it and I know it's gonna work. I just don't know when. But I promise you, my goal is to have a ranch, a giant fucking ranch, where every day you come to my stream, you're like, what is he gonna do today? You click the stream, and maybe I'm building a giant zip line. Stuff like that. And then I wanna, from all that content, I wanna go and fly people out, just do the stuff that you would probably think Mr. Beast would do, but Twitch. I want
But live, yeah.
live. I want live streaming to be that next thing, and I think it'll work.
I think that's badass, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on the podcast. Hey guys, thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. There's another one right here, or like maybe right here, or something like that. Also, if you have not subscribed to this channel yet, make sure you smash that subscribe button. If this is your first time ever seeing me, I'm also live on Twitch Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. I might be live right now, you never know. All right, see you in the next video.